Hello students, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, we are going to see the do or die chapters in physics for the upcoming NEET examination. On the 7th of June, the CBSE board exams have been concluded and students are now completely available to prepare for the most prestigious entrance examination, the NEET 2022. Now this NEET 2022 has been scheduled to be held on July 17. So around 35 to 40 days left for the examination. All of them are busy preparing for the exam. Today I'm going to help you with the physics preparation. So many of you might be thinking, oh, physics is a difficult subject. Maybe chemistry and biology are relatively easy, but scoring in physics is difficult. Well, not at all. With the strategic preparation, it's very much possible to score high marks in physics. So in today's video, we will be talking about those 9 do or die chapters which can be high yielding and can give you a lot of marks in physics. Let me tell in short about myself. This is Vignesh, NEET faculty, your best friend. I am a simple person yet a passionate teacher. I teach in both online and offline modes. Have created hundreds of doctors in my teaching career. I can proudly tell that I have at least one of my students in almost every single medical college of Tamil Nadu. Guiding them to their dream destination and seeing them achieve their dreams is all the happiness I have in this world. And the bond I keep with them, that even after 5-6 years after completing MBBS, they come and motivate their juniors. There are so many happy faces behind this teaching journey, so many blessed children, so many doctors. I'm creating the frontline warriors of our nation. That's why people call me the Doctor Maker. So now coming to the do or die chapters list, I have 9 chapters in the do or die category. The first chapter would be units and measurements. So that should be a surprise because many of you should be thinking, units and measurements is not so important. It's just dimensions and many questions are not asked from this topic. See, this is a common mistake that many of you are actually encountering, because units and measurements is actually important. It is a very important chapter. Units and measurements, the dimensions part, the way you calculate errors, absolute errors, relative errors, even the screw gauge or the vernier calipers. The questions, at least 2 are asked from this chapter, and from the knowledge of dimensions obtained from this chapter, you will be able to answer some other question from some other chapter only with the help of dimension. At least one question you will be doing like that. So 2 or 3 questions you can do from units and measurements. So that will be the first chapter in my list of 9 chapters. Yes. Going to the second chapter would be work, power and energy. In the chapter work, power and energy, the questions are specifically asked from this topic, conservation of energy, where you will be equating the total initial energy with the total final energy. Okay, so questions might be asked from vertical circular motion, questions can be asked from dot product, work done models, or power is equal to work done by time, anything based on that, or even collisions, elastic, inelastic, perfectly inelastic, etc, etc, etc. So you have to see all the topics covered in work, power and energy and practice many MCQs as much as possible. So that will be my second chapter. My third chapter would be system of particles and rotational motion. In system of particles and rotational motion, the concept of rolling motion, rolling kinetic energy, which is half mv square plus half I omega square. I is the moment of inertia and omega is the angular velocity. Rolling kinetic energy, different objects like ring, okay, disc, hollow sphere, solid sphere, rolling down from the incline. Okay, even the topics like center of mass, torque, conservation of angular momentum, yes, disc cutting problems, disc cutting problems, and all these topics are covered under system of particles and rotational motion. Very important chapter. That will be my third do or die chapter. Talking about my fourth chapter, it would be electrostatics. Electrostatics is the most important chapter, I should say. It's in the 12th syllabus. Electrostatics, when I say, I mean electric charges and field and potential with capacitance. In electrostatics, all the models related to capacitors, specifically capacitor arrangement, series, parallel, the energy stored in the capacitor, the common potential model questions, and even in charges, Gauss law, Gaussian surfaces, application of Gauss law, okay, where you have that long wire or infinitely charged plane sheet, or even shell and relevant models, electric field concepts. Okay, using kinematic equations in electrostatics, all those models are very important. And potential due to a point charge, or field questions based on electric dipole in the axial lane, equatorial lane, and simple applications. Torque, tau is equal to Pe sin theta, potential energy of the dipole, work done in rotating the dipole, work done W is equal to Pe into cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2, and all the subparts in electrostatics. So this will be my fourth chapter, electrostatics, high weightage. Thank you. Coming to the fifth chapter, my fifth chapter in the do or die category is current electricity. In current electricity, you have to specifically focus on meter bridge, Wheatstone's bridge, potentiometer, and Kirchhoff's law, especially Kirchhoff's voltage law, and circuit based solving, resistors in series and parallel, even color codes. See, even just don't neglect that this is easy, questions won't be asked. It's not like that. Questions can be asked from any part of the lesson. So current electricity would be my fifth choice. Yeah, coming to the sixth choice would be moving charges and magnetism, especially the applications on Biot-Savart law and Ampere circuit law. They are damn important when it comes to Biot-Savart law. Okay, the infinitely long wire magnetic field, and even the circular coil, the magnetic field due to the current carrying circular coil, and Ampere circuit law, hollow cylinder, solid cylinder applications, F is equal to Bill sin theta, F is equal to BQE sin theta, anything could be asked. So that would be my chapter number 6. The seventh chapter would be alternating currents. In alternating current, specifically questions are asked from RLC circuits. So focus more on RLC circuits, but otherwise even a pure resistor, inductor, or a capacitor, or with something like LR circuits or LC oscillations, anything could be asked. Okay, so focus more on RLC condition, RLC circuit, and that too resonance condition. Okay, resonance condition where you put XL is equal to XC, VL is equal to VC, and equate and solve. So that would be my chapter number 7. My 8th chapter is a very important chapter like electrostatics. This is optics, high yielding chapter. You can expect, if I'm right, you can expect even 20 marks, solid 20 marks from optics. Definitely, I'm telling you. So optics, both ray and wave optics, you can expect up to 5 questions, at least 4, but even 5 can come. So 5 questions from optics, I'm telling you this. Young's double slit experiment, the path difference, constructive, destructive, and the diffraction part, single slit experiment, and in ray optics part, telescope and compound microscope, both are important, and lens maker's formula, but otherwise using the simple mirror formula, 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F, or lens formula 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F, anything based on magnification. Okay, even total internal reflection and its applications. Okay, you have only one formula there, mu is equal to 1 by sin C. Okay, so optics part as a whole is important. You also have to focus on polarization, wherein we study the Malus law, the Brewster's law, and other such applications. So that will be my 8th chapter. Keep an eye on electrostatics and optics. I'm telling you this. If you prepare these chapters well, you are going to get solid questions from these chapters. My last chapter is semiconductor devices. In semiconductor devices, the questions are specifically asked from transistor, current gain, voltage gain, power gain, or any theoretical questions are also asked from forward biasing, reverse biasing, N type or P type, or anything based on that, or special purpose PN junction diodes like the Zener diodes, solar cells, photodiodes, LEDs, etc. So that is another very important chapter. This is my 9th chapter and that is the last chapter of the do or die list. So out of these 9 chapters, how many questions can come? I cannot tell you the exact number of questions, but I can do one thing. I can take you to the NEET 2021 paper and let's see how many questions have been asked from these 9 do or die chapters. But in the previous year's trend, you can see that almost 23 to 25 questions are asked from these 9 chapters that can get you closer to 100 marks easily in physics. Solving physics is very easy if you have a strategic plan. So now let's look at the NEET 2021 paper and check out how many questions have been asked from these chapters specifically. Well, this is the NEET 2021 paper. I've put star marks as you can see here from my list of do or die chapters. So let's see. So this question has been asked from moving charges and magnetism. So that is number 1. And you can see one more question here. This question is from optics. So that is number 2. Okay. You can see one more question here from work, power and energy based on potential energy, number 3. Okay, you can see one more question here from current electricity, okay, number 4. And you can see a question here from electrostatics, polar molecules. Okay, a question here from optics, a question here from work, power, energy again. Okay, right. So a question from semiconductor devices over here, a question from semiconductor devices, right. And a question from moving charges. A question from current electricity, a question from work, power and energy, dimensions, as you can see another electrostatics, okay, right. So a question from electrostatics again, electric field, a question from semiconductor devices, a question from units and measurements, electrostatics again, alternating currents, optics, electrostatics, units and measurements, okay, current electricity, okay, this is from current electricity again, resistance, and optics, semiconductors, from moving charges, magnetism again, and you can see this is from alternating currents, and this is from LCR circuits, so alternating currents again, rotational mechanics with equilibrium condition, electrostatics, and that's all. So let's count the number of questions. So you can see here 1 2 3 4, okay, so 5 6 7 8 9, okay, 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, wow, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 and 32. Oh my god. So 32 is a huge number. So 32 questions have been asked in NEET 2021 from the 9 chapters which I told you. It's not necessary that the same number of questions should be asked in NEET 2022. The number gives us a clear indication that we have to focus more on these chapters. Thank you. You can see the list here. You can prepare these chapters in detail first. Okay, solve many MCQs. Okay, so as much as possible. Without solving, you're not going to get there. So that's all from my side for this video. If you liked the video and found it to be informative, smash that like button. So that gives me all the motivation to make more videos like this in the future as well. All the best, dear NEET aspirants. Subscribe to our channel. Take care, everyone. It's time to say bye.